y'all? Welcome to my final video for tonight, and it's going to be about Austin St. John's view on Thuy Train's Part 2. Last year I did a video on Thuy Train when it came to the Power Rangers video about her death and her legacy on the show, what she was like behind the scenes, and just hearing Austin St. John's point of view is kind of sad, and I almost shed a tear watching this. And the reason why I did not do a reaction, because I wanted to watch the video first before I get my personal thoughts and opinions on this, like I've always done. During the beginning of the video, he was almost on the verge of breaking down, and as of millions of us who have watched her as youngsters growing up on the show, I think, to me, she was one of the most important actresses on the show that's ever had. When Saban was basically doing Austin, Walter, and including herself wrong behind the scenes of not paying them enough money. And I heard the stories about them wanting to pay their stunt crew a lot of money because of how much of a great job they done being their stunt doubles on certain scenes and stuff while in suits. But Austin pretty much didn't really talk about, paying stunt crew a lot. He was basically talking about when she stood up for what she believed in and was standing up for the crew members behind the scenes, and what Saban done in the past of pretty much being disrespectful and not paying the actors more money. And he mentioned that the actors were paid very terribly, and it really lets you know in the entertainment industry, once you're an actor, you're gonna end up being paid less than other actors. And this is pretty much sad to say the least. As a Power Rangers fan, like, I know the history of the franchise, but to me, he went on to talk about how much of an impact she had on the show, what a beautiful person she was in real life, being born from Vietnam, being traveled to the United States, learning how to speak English and reading and learning about American cultures. And once she grew up, she became a very beautiful woman, fun spirited, always positive, just such heartwarming. That's what he was basically talking about. And there were so many things that he wanted to say, and he pretty much said a lot. And was only part 2 of what he said. And I pretty much felt that from the heart, because she wasn't really, well, in the past I wasn't really a fan of her character, and her character alone wasn't really that developed, but she was something, and she was pretty interesting. And I think it was until season 2 when her character developed more and more, in my opinion. And I wish that she could have stuck around with one episode so that she could get like more development, much like how Billy did in all 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin from 93 to 95. And the Alien Rangers do not count because they suck. So getting back to the topic, Thuy Train alone is and still is the most iconic characters. And I know she went on to do other films, and when she started in The Crow, City of Angels, she played a villain, and I've watched that film in the past, and just for her. But until 2001, when she died in a car accident, and I found this out in 2007 when I was watching Power Rangers on YouTube, and when I realized that what had happened to Thuy Train, and I didn't want to believe it at first, and then I realized that she really is gone. And until I've seen videos of Amy Jo Johnson and David Yost on the news talking about how she was an incredible person on the news, when David mentioned that she came from Vietnam to America wanting to learn the cultures and stuff. And like I said, that right there is what Austin St. John was basically talking about in the video. Pretty much in the past video when he done about Thuy Train. And he told us some funny moments about behind the scenes when she was known to be a prankster too. And that was one of his favorite memories of her. And if she were here right now, she would have experienced the most loyal, dedicated Power Ranger fans out there that remember her character. And even when she wanted to do more projects today, not now before COVID-19 started, but if she weren't here right now, she would have been doing a whole lot of great projects, returning for Power Rangers reunion shows, seasons, episodes, even films, you know, even having a YouTube channel. And I know a lot of people would have been subscribing to her channel, as she would have talked about her experience in Vietnam and even her experience in the United States on the show, behind the scenes, what her character was like when her character made an impact on the show. And like I said, y'all, I almost shed a tear when I was watching Austin's video on Thuy Train, and that was part 2 of the video. And like I said, man, may she rest in peace. And he also mentioned that he wanted to go visit her grave someday and tell her family what meaningful and the most funny spirited impact she had in their lives and his life, and how much of a credible woman she was and she still is. I would bet you they would have loved that, to hear from a former Power Ranger castmate. And it's sad to see him make a video about it, because I could tell he was on the verge of breaking down. But I felt him, I felt his sadness when talking about it. It's like when you know somebody for so long and then you find out something sad about them dying from something, a part of you feels like you're lost as well. And he said a lot of things that I'm thinking as well. And yeah, this is just a crazy video that he's ever made, but he made that video for a reason, and I'm just giving you my thoughts, and you guys know how I do. So yeah, that's my video on Austin St. John talking about the Retrain Part 2. I will have the link to the video in the description box below, so y'all can go check it out. I'll see y'all tomorrow for my Beast Morphers episode review. Love y'all.